to put that on for the meeting.
Well, expensive.
I made an interrupting cow joke this morning, and Ani thought I snuck in an open guitar.
Interrupting cow. I know.
That's familiar.
It's a dad joke. All right, let's go ahead and call this meeting to order. Well, thank you all for acknowledging my birthday. It's the big 6-0, so yes, I'm happy to have made it this far.
We're happy you have to.
At this time, the commission sets aside an opportunity for voters and taxpayers to address the commission. If you would like to do so, please begin by stating your name and residential address. You have a 3-minute rule today and a full schedule. If I ask you to conclude your remarks, please do so. If there's terms and conditions for anyone who would like to address the commission at this time.
Good morning. I appreciate the opportunity to be here, and I have a short comment to make this morning before we pray. In my life, I look back over the years, and I can see many incidents that have happened that there's no explanation why I was able to come through something that was rough. And it wasn't my doing. But I know that the Lord was guiding me, leading me. And I can back that up with an incident that was told to us about by a soldier that was in Desert Storm. He belonged to a tank outfit, and they were going across the desert there in Iraq. And a sandstorm came up. They couldn't see anything in front of them. And he was riding with the same tank commander. The commander said, "We might as well stop because we can't see anything. The enemy can't see us either." So they stopped. The next day, before they started out, they looked across the field in front of them, and they could see where the wind had blown the sand off of many what we call bombs, or they set them out for destroy the enemy coming in. And that stopped them. And the tank commander said, "Boy, we saved a lot of lives by that stopping." It had to be somebody else that caused me to stop. It was the Lord. So, Lord, we come before you in this time. There's a lot of chaos in the world and in the United States too, and possibility can happen. So we just look to you, Lord, and we need to be in prayer and let you guide us and direct us in everything from the national, state, and local level. We need your guidance. Amen.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning. Just wanted to share with you today, make everybody aware that there is Ohio House Bill 183. Legislation will wisely mandate single-sex bathrooms and locker rooms and dormitories and overnight accommodations on school field trips for all Ohio school kids, K through 12 plus colleges. Specifically, each student restroom, locker room, changing room, or shower room that is accessible by multiple students at the same time must be designated for the exclusive use of students of either male or female biological sex. Additionally, districts and schools are prohibited from permitting members of the female biological sex to share overnight accommodations with members of the male biological sex and the vice versa. You know, when I read that, I thought, is this how it was? Well, this is how it was when we were in college. And do you suppose this had anything to do with successful marriage? Just a question. Be aware of Bill 183.
Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission at this time?
It's real short. We have 7 pages of petition for no solar on prime farmland, just for the record. And I know she had copied the other ones and gave me back copies. So
Thank you.
thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission at this time? We thank you all for coming. Update on legal. Make a motion to go into executive session to discuss the potential acquisition of real property. Session, I'd like to have representatives from the prosecutor's office, facilities, county administrator, deputy county administrator, budget director, all members of the commission. Second. Please call to roll.
Commissioner Davis,
Yes.
Commissioner Fix,
Yes.
Commissioner Levesey.
Yes.
Passes 3-0.
And it was formed through the revised code 149-309 and was also celebrated and announced March 1st, 22, which was Statehood Day by Governor DeWine. And this commission is charged with preparing the state to participate in the United States of America's 250th anniversary, which will culminate on July 4th, 2026. So this particular program is inviting counties, cities, villages, and townships to apply to have the special designation from the America 250 Commission. And the goal is to encourage leaders in all 88 counties to plan and implement signature events, projects, and programs affiliated with this momentous occasion. So locally, we have been asked to have county community liaisons for the program. And so before you next week will be a resolution where you, if you so choose, would be designating myself and Bennett Niswanger, and also Jonette Haberfield from Visit Fairfield County, because it did ask for us to have a local civic cultural appropriate partner. And we thought Jonette would best serve in that role to be that liaison along with us. So hopefully you will look favorably upon that next week when it's presented to you. Highlights of resolutions. The review packet contains a list of administrative approvals, and we do have 15 resolutions on the agenda for the voting meeting today. Couple of note, we are adding the budget meetings for October 31st as an official meeting to the schedule. There's a resolution to approve the use of ARP funds and to appropriate from unappropriated for copiers for the auditor's office. A resolution to appropriate from unappropriated for additional budget needs to wrap up the AV project. And thanks to Dan and John for their perseverance in this long coming project. A lot of supply chain issues and vendor issues. But I think you're coming towards the home stretch, correct?
Last 2 are quoted and ready to start.
All right, very good. Thank you for your work on that. Also have a resolution authorizing the transfer of funds for appropriations for the Salt Farm project. That will be an appropriation of the capital fund there. I don't know if you guys want to chat about that at all.
I don't know what, Jeremiah, how are you today?
I'm good, sir.
Good. And what number are we using on that now?
Million.
And how did we arrive at that number?
They've done an extensive job at estimating that building now.
It's gotten closer and closer as we've gotten through the design, and also, incorporated the vast amount of inflation we've had into the price of that thing too.
When you say we,
I mean, is there an outside consultant, an architect, or somebody that's involved in terms of estimating that price that we're kind of targeting?
So what we did, we had an outside consultant design it and do the permitting through Lancaster for us. And then we are actually doing the pricing on it and putting that package together.
Okay. And then the understanding between our respective offices is that the general fund is capped at $1 million, that if the project exceeds that amount, your office is coming in over the top.
I thought it was 10 million.
Well, that's why we're having this conversation, Jeremiah. You know,
We're
just trying
correct.
to,
It's capped, and anything over that, we will find a way to cover it.
Anything less, we get the money back.
yeah, good luck with
Thank
that. My colleagues have any additional questions or comments on that issue? See, Baba?
And we are doing this, pulling this into right now so that we can get things started in 2023 on that particular project. Let's see here. We also have a resolution for an MOU between the Secretary of State, Board of Elections, and the Board of Commissioners for purchase of electronic poll books. And then lastly, a resolution authorizing a contract regarding the CDBG Village of Baltimore Waterline Improvements Projects. Then also a notice to proceed and notice of commencement for that project. Holly, do you want to add anything on that?
That is just a program year 2022 allocation, formula allocation project. So it's a standard project. And once we get the contract signed, we'll issue the notice to proceed.
Great, thank you.
Couple questions. The poll books, are they the 23 budget item or is that a pull forward?
It will be a reimbursement.
Okay. And then the other question is, have we heard anything yet about the cost benefit analysis on the shrink wrap, or are we still waiting?
Still awaiting that.
Okay, please continue.
All right, budget review. Anything, Barb?
No updates for today.
All right, thank you. Rochelle, calendar review and invitations received, please.
Commissioner's office received a phone invitation yesterday afternoon from the Environmental Design Group, who's been contracted by ODOT to conduct a US 33 safety study. The invitation was for a stakeholder meeting on Wednesday, November 1st from 1 to 2 in this very room. An official invitation is to come.
So on that, we just received that information there, but we will be sending out a calendar invite to all of you. Jeremiah, I'm not sure if you got that information directly as well. ODOT had just called yesterday. Tony, you got it?
This morning we received,
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
we received the actual calendar invitation, but it was an external calendar invitation, so I have not yet accepted the external calendar invite.
I have.
Well, you might end up with two.
Two's fine. I'm just following rules here. I mean,
Now you're following.
I'm a rule follower. This is what I do.
Go ahead, Rochelle. Thank you.
The Pleasantville Land Use Plan meeting is tonight at 7 p.m. The Kiwanis meeting is at Connection West tomorrow at noon. The Violet Township Land Use Plan meeting is also tomorrow at 6 p.m. at the Wigwam Event Center in Pickerington. A festival impact study October 19th at 10:30 a.m. at the Lancaster Festival Office on Wheeling Street.
Can we touch on that one for a minute? I understand what's being asked in the interviews that are being requested, but am I to understand from this that all three commissioners are being invited at the same time, or what are we doing here?
Just you.
Just me?
That's the president. Yes.
I'm good with that.
I figured you. All right, so if that is not already added to my calendar, we can add that to my calendar. All right, I'm sorry, please continue.
Also on October 19th, Commissioner Levesey is guest hosting Wheel of Fortune at the Juvenile Resource Center at Connection West at 4 p.m. The JFS Job Fair is also on October 19th at the Workforce Center. Habitat for Humanity of Southeast Ohio has a new homeowner celebration on October 19th at 5 p.m. at 209 South Main Street in Pleasantville. There will be a Greenfield Township Land Use Plan meeting on October 19th at 6 p.m. at the Greenfield Township Fire Department. Family and Children First Council has an executive committee meeting October 20th at 8:30 a.m. at the Fairfield County Agricultural Center. The Elder Abuse Commission has a meeting October 23rd at 10 a.m. at the State Library of Ohio in Columbus. And Meals on Wheels of Fairfield County is having a 50th anniversary celebration on November 14th at 4:30 p.m. at 1515 Cedar Hill Road in Lancaster. The following correspondence was received: a thank you note to Commissioner Levesey from Ohio Treasurer Robert Sprague, a letter from American Structure Point Incorporated regarding ODOT District 5 improvements to 70 and 256, a news release from the Office of the County Auditor titled Fairfield County Auditor Updates Levy Estimator Tool for November 7th General Election Levies. Also from the Office of the Auditor, an October 11th memo regarding the formula for the distribution of local government funds, a November 3rd MCJDC meeting, and a GIS day in Fairfield County. And from the Office of the County Auditor, the wins of the week. A letter from Mid-Ohio Regional Planning Commission thanking Fairfield County for their continued partnership, a sponsorship letter from the Lancaster Festival, a flyer from the Ohio State University Extension regarding a 6-week wellness challenge, a letter from the Ohio Secretary of State, Frank LaRose, regarding the November 7th election, letters and an email from county residents regarding solar energy, and the Fairfield County Municipal Court September fees collected report for the Criminal Traffic Division. That's it.
All right, thank you, Rochelle. Under old business, I just want to mention that my family and I really enjoyed the Fairfield County Fair. I thought they did a great job again this year. And I appreciated the opportunity to work with my colleagues at the livestock auction. Got to visit the demolition derby and see lots of friends, people out there enjoying the fair. So I just had a great time and wanted to give a shout out to the Ag Society for once again putting on a great show, an opportunity for all the folks here in Fairfield County. That's all I have under old business. Commissioner Levesey under old business.
Well, I would like to also mention the Fairfield County Fair because it's such a big part of what makes Fairfield County great. And I was unable to attend the livestock auction Thursday night, but my colleagues were, and that I was there in spirit in more ways than one. And I understand. I've paid my portion yet. I haven't decided whether I'm going to or not. But I understand they did and won the grand champion beef, which I think is great. More importantly, it supports these young kids, these 4-Hers who put their heart and soul in these projects, and they do such a great job. It is so fun to watch them, but sometimes it's kind of sad because they start crying when they know their animals want to not be with them anymore. So it's always a great experience. And again, thank you, Commissioner Fix and Davis.
It was our pleasure. Happy to be a part of that. Commissioner Fix under old business.
So yeah, just a couple of things. With regards to the fair, we were down there 3 different days and really enjoyed it. The weather was perfect. These days we were down there, and it's a great reflection of lots of agriculture stuff and a lot of other people that are just having a good time. Commissioner Levesey actually did the winning bid, even though he wasn't there. I don't know if any of you saw, we had a nice little fat head of Dave, and his face went up to do the winning bid. And there it is. Yeah, you can see he's right there next to me behind the banner. So we're excited that Dave put in the winning bid. So you are going to pay your 1/3 of that.
So the term fathead is really.
It was a great night. Doug Leith always does such a nice job with the auction. Walnut Township trustee, and those kids, you can tell they really work hard with those animals. So that was really cool, great event, and happy that the fair is totally back up on its feet and seeing great success. With regard to the land use plan, the continuing updates, we did have a productive meeting in Liberty Township last night. Liberty Township trustees have taken this very seriously and are, I would say, working really hard at it, and they're ahead of most of the other townships. They have their own version of a land use plan that they're going to adopt, I hope, and they're interested in partnering with the Village of Baltimore. So answered a lot of questions last night, and felt like every time we get a chance to get out and communicate, not only with the elected officials, but with all their constituents, that it's a good opportunity for us to reinforce why we're doing what we're doing and the importance of it. So we've got a lot more on the schedule, and I'm looking forward to all those meetings.
Thank you. Staying under old business, County Administrator Cordell.
Yeah, just want to share, Commissioner Levacy had the opportunity to be interviewed by CCAO for their upcoming magazine. And Connie Smith at the fair was such a gracious host and took the CCAO team and Dave around to show them all the great features of our fair. And Dave, I think you could, the fair has docents. I think you could be one of those because you definitely have the historical perspective to share. So it was very nice being a part of that with you.
Under new business, heard earlier that been invited to speak tomorrow to one of our social service organizations. So I'll do that at noon tomorrow. That's all I have under new business. Commissioner Fix under new business.
So nothing, thank you.
Commissioner Levacy under new business.
Thank you.
Is there any other issue item that anybody would like to bring the attention of the commission at this time? We have county treasurer. How you doing, Jim?
I'm doing well, thank you. And yourself?
Good. Anything you'd like to share this morning?
I think my only comment would be concerning our Fairfield County Land Bank. We are slowly getting more information from the state as to the latest round of money for demolitions and ground remediation. So continue to learn and ask questions. Moving forward on it.
That sounds good. And I know the commission would agree with me that if you see material information that would lend itself to a special or earlier land bank meeting than what we currently have scheduled, we would certainly cooperate with you on that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, Lisa. How are you today? Thank you for saying that.
I really don't have anything new right now, just continuing to move forward.
All right, we appreciate you being with us. Then we have Jeremiah with us today, who's already mentioned a couple of things, but circle back to him maybe later. Dr. Brown, how are you today?
Fine, thank you.
Thank you for the birthday gift.
You're quite welcome. Happy birthday. I'd like to recognize Carter Corcoran and Patrick Brighton for their work with the weights and measures certification at the fair. They begin in September and have done a really good job making sure that the weights those are used at the livestock scales. I also want to say thank you to Nick Dilley with GIS. He's the GIS manager. He's provided some educational material that's being used in 4th and 5th grade classes about mapping, and they're using all the correct words, and it's very exciting to see folks that young engaged in that type of discipline in that field. The website has been updated for both at the parcel level for the levy calculation and at the general level. So if you have a specific parcel and you want to see the impact of any levy, you can see that right at the parcel level. If you have interest in general, you can also see that in the tax estimator or through the fact sheet itself. We're getting some positive feedback about that level of detail, both at the parcel level and in the aggregate. House Bill 187 passed handily at the House. And as it is passed so handily, although there weren't enough present in order to make it an emergency measure, it's likely going to be passed in the Senate. It has the good idea of reducing taxes, the wrong execution in terms of attacking valuation as opposed to property tax structure. However, it does have a 3-year sunset, which allows it to be very manageable in terms of later on being able to work with the structure as opposed to valuation itself. What does it mean for Fairfield County? For Fairfield County, we are not in a reval year this year. So it won't change our processes this year, although Jim might be delayed a little bit in terms of setting that date for collections because the state is probably going to be delayed in doing their approvals. And they do those approvals all statewide as opposed to by county, which may delay us a little bit in terms of when those collection dates will be. Over time, we do expect there to be more discussion about structure, whether it's owner occupancy credit or homestead or some other, structure in terms of the floor of the millage. And we're engaged in those conversations. We will be able to adjust and make those adjustments appropriately for that period of time.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Fern. Tony, how are you doing today? I just don't you sleeping through our meetings anymore, so.
You didn't see me last week, so that's appropriate to call me out, so you mean something here.
No, I'm teasing with you, buddy. Just wonder if you had anything you wanted to share, anything on your mind.
So if I may, I do want to appreciate Tony's presence at these land use meetings. He and Jeremiah both get questions that I could never answer. And his depth of knowledge on water and sewer is unprecedented. So he's able to, other than the one crazy question about goals. Yeah.
Know what that means.
Which, yeah, I've never even heard that before. But anyway, I just want to say thank you for being there. Our whole team shows up, and most of them get called on for one answer or another. But Tony's the consistent every time they're going to ask something of him.
We do appreciate that, Tony. Rick, how are you doing today?
Sir?
Good. Anything on your mind or anything you'd like to share at this time?
Just that we're, excuse me, back in full swing at the Workforce Center. We had 51 students start yesterday to go through basic core training, safety training. We have a total of 95 that will, once we're fully effective in January, that will be there. So 7 different school districts across the county are students participating. 8 if you include the Success Center with the ESC. So it's nice to see, and we actually have a record of wastewater students that have signed up. So yesterday I tried to talk about it. But anyway, it's great. So thank you again to all the support from the commissioners, and it's fun to see all of it.
It's great progress.
Oh yeah, and that we did. We received a Locking College through us received a almost $60,000 grant through the Fairfield County Foundation and the Martins Trust with PNC Bank to purchase lab equipment for a pre-nursing healthcare type programming there. So continue to leverage that. Hicks Partners, even though it was Hocking College grant, it's for the workforce centers. They were willing to participate and usher that through. So thank you, Anya. It's been a day and I've already forgot about it.
So is it true that Leo was signed by the Jackets yesterday after their dismal performance? They need your son to play for him right away?
He's on a tryout contract. We'll see how it goes.
He's actually like more of their social media or marketing guy now.
Yeah, he's put a lot of their social media pics. So.
Well, appreciate you as always being with us today, Rick. John, how are you doing today?
Good. Yeah, I don't know about hockey here. Just happy that the cooperation from last week's Friday's full power work here today and IT we got through the day. There was pickups and students stayed online. Happy with progress. Now we're in the 21st century. There's electrical demand in this building. Well, not all.
And a huge thank you to John and Dan and their team because they were working on the holiday as well as through the weekend. So thank you.
Yeah, and then you'd mentioned to me today that what was, I guess I'm going to say my office, the work on that might be starting next week.
Yeah, it could have started Monday, but we've got a busy agenda Monday, Tuesday, so we'll start Wednesday.
Yeah.
And be a little bit of a mess in that room.
That's fine. And just to make it official or semi-official or whatever, unless there's any objection or reason why I shouldn't just remain where I am and have that room continue to just be a conference room. We can just leave things the way they are unless someone has an issue with that.
All right. Do you want to?
I mean, would it matter if we objected?
No, I'm just being nice.
And then on the emergency management side, we did receive a full inspection of the barrier trailer. It's a barrier trailer vehicle barriers. So one we already have now, Central Ohio grant. This one, the second one will be directly operating.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the update, John. Dean, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Good. Anything to report?
Following up the statements regarding the power outage and the maintenance from Friday,
Michael from our team was ever present through all of that. So I just wanted to kind of give him, some props, and Tammy from John's team and helping with some of the hiccups that were mentioned. But it's a good partnership with facilities. So I think we did a fine job there. Secondly, thank you, commissioners, leading by example related to the cybersecurity training. All three have completed that. For those who might still need to complete it, the deadline is the end of this month, 10/31. Thank you.
How are you doing, bud?
Doing well.
I was just whispering behind your back.
Very good.
Is there anything you have on your mind or anything you'd like to share?
I will let you know that we were recently selected as one of 4 counties to be a pilot for the Employer Benefit Bridge program. You're familiar with the regular benefit bridge, so I wish I would have called it something a little bit different to avoid confusion. But this program will be focused on the employer side of the house, and we're getting more information. In fact, we have a webinar today, or a virtual meeting today, to get more information on it. It was part of the state budget. So we'll be receiving funds for that and be one of those 4 counties. So more information to come, but it was nice to be selected as one of those counties to participate. And then it was on the calendar, but just one more time, our job fair is on Thursday from 4 to 6 at Workforce Center. I'm with Rick and his team for that. So if anybody knows anyone looking for employment, we have, I think, close to 70 employers coming for that. So look forward to that event as well.
All right. Well, I know we don't call on you folks all the time to just offer things up unless we have specific questions, but on behalf of the commission, we want to express our sincere appreciation for y'all being at our meetings and being available to us to do the business of the county that we need to. One oversight on my part, so I wanted to mention how thrilled we are for one of our county employees' family, Brittany. I want to say her last name is Lee, but her child had the grand champion hog in the livestock auction this year, and I'm just going from memory. For the last 15 years or so, I don't recall the grand champion hog going higher than the grand champion steer. But that's what happened this year. I think the grand champion hog came in at $10,500. So really exciting for the family there, one of our county employees, and we appreciate them and all the other kids that work so hard with their animals on the livestock auction. It's a lot of fun for everybody. Is there any other issue item that you would like to bring the attention of the commission at this time?
Yeah. Hey, I got a cake.
Rise if you're able. Join us in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Joe, do you have any announcements?
We do not.
Well, approval of minutes for the regular meeting of October 10th, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Minutes past 3-0.
Move on to the approval minutes for the October 10, 2023 budget hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Budget hearing minutes past 3-0. From the Commissioner's Office, Resolution 2023-10.17.a. A resolution amending Resolution 2022-11.29.a, approving the establishment of the Fairfield County Board of Commissioners 2023 review session and regular meeting dates and special meeting dates, and establishing a new special meeting date, time, and location.
Under Commissioners, I move items A, B, C, and D.
Second.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis? Motion passes 3-0. From the Board of Elections, Resolution 2023-10.17.e. A resolution to authorize a memo of understanding between the Ohio Secretary of State and the Fairfield County Board of Elections and the Fairfield County Board of Commissioners regarding the purchase of electronic poll books.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Call roll.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. From the Fairfield County Engineer, Resolution 2023-10.17.f. A resolution to request for appropriations for additional unanticipated receipts of memo receipts and memo expenses for Fund 2050 for annual inspections in various subdivisions as of 10/4/23.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. From Fairfield County Job and Family Services, Resolution 2023-10.17.g. A resolution to approve a memo receipt and expenditure for Fairfield County Job and Family Services, Subfund 8182, reimbursing Fund 2018.
Under Fairfield County Job and Family Services, I move items G, H, I, and J.
Second.
Discussion?
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. From Fairfield County Regional Planning Commission, Resolution 2023-10.17.k. A resolution authorizing the approval of contract agreement by Fairfield County Board of County Commissioners and BK Layer LLC.
Under Fairfield County Regional Planning Commission, I move items K and L.
Second.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. From the Fairfield County Sheriff, Resolution 2023-10.17.m. A resolution approving an account-to-account transfer of Fund 1001.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Call roll.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. From Fairfield County Utilities, Resolution 2023-10.17.n. A resolution to appropriate from unappropriated in a major expenditure object category for Utilities Fund 5085 Trust Sewer Deposits.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Please call roll.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0. On payment of bills, Resolution 2023-10.17.o. A resolution authorizing the approval of payment of invoices for departments that need Board of Commissioners approval.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Discussion? Call roll.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis? Motion passes 3-0. The next regular meeting is scheduled for October 24th at 9 a.m.
Pleasure. We'll return to the executive session material now, or we'll go to that later.
No.
Yeah, that's fine. I make the motion to go to executive session to discuss the property and a session of the commissioners and prosecutor's office. Third.
John.
Also.
Second.
I'm not saying.
Would you include Jeff in this or no?
Yeah, because we're gonna wrap that first. Go with after that.
Is motion clear?
Yes.
Got everybody? All right, second.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Fix?
Yes.
Commissioner Levesey?
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0.
Commission will be in the executive session for a period of time. Following that, there'll be an adjournment, and we will reconvene for follow-on meetings beginning at 11 o'clock, where we'll have a series of budget hearings throughout the day until probably through 3:30 this afternoon. That's the commission schedule. We thank you all for being with us today. The commission is in executive session.